Hello everybody, welcome to this Miss J's Geek Corner. Place we talk about anything and everything that is geek, will be TV, comics, movies, and video games. And today I'm going to be doing a movie review of probably the biggest movie of the summer. Yesterday, my wife and I got the pleasure to finally go to the theater and see Jurassic World. We finally got I finally was able. My wife and I were finally able to go see it yesterday, and today, and I decided at the end of that I was going to I wanted to do a review of this for the show. So so that's what today's episode is going to be, is a full review of the movie. And so I'm gonna try to keep it as spoiler free as possible. We'll try to keep this as spoiler free as possible. One or two may slip through the cracks, and for that, pardon. But still, I'm gonna try to keep it as spoiler free as possible, and but still give a good full review of this. And I'm gonna just start off by saying this is a great movie. I can see why, as of today, it has earned $1 billion in 2 weeks. I can definitely tell you. It's worth every penny of what you pay to go see it, and it's earned every dime. Let me tell you. But this movie, movie starts off. You see they're trying to genetically manipulate, engineer a new dinosaur and everything. At least 2 of them. But starts off, kids go to the Jurassic World. Go to visit their aunt, as I'll say, and just having their aunt as the owner of Jurassic World. But but yes, it is the same island as the original. It takes it's making it sound like it takes place like 22 years after the original Jurassic Park, the first Jurassic Park, and I'm gonna say they've finally realized John Hammond's dream of having a dinosaur-centered theme park, although it's even more futuristic than what John Hammond wanted, and even John Hammond would have envisioned. I mean, there's a lot of futuristic technology and everything, but as I said, I'm gonna start saying it was a great movie, They go to the island. They start touring and everything, and come to find out that they're actually trying. The reason how they've managed to get the park off the ground is through sponsors. They've got like big corporate sponsors, like your brand names, like for instance, one of the ones they mentioned was like Verizon and Maserati, stuff like that. Like these big, huge corporate sponsors, and they've gotten like celebrities to go there and endorse it and all this stuff, like celebrity appearances and everything. Shoot, even like at one point in the movie, they were in these little gyrosphere things out amongst the dinosaurs, and the one on the screen, Jimmy Fallon, popular du jour, actor du jour amongst the younger folks, is Jimmy Fallon. But they're supposedly having trouble, according to the focus groups anyway, is like folks supposedly getting disinterested and like, it's just dinosaurs and everything like that, and they start trying to beef up crowds. Like every attraction that they've brought in, and they've had the attendance skyrockets. And but it keeps weighing off. So what they go and do is that they create the first genetically engineered hybrid dinosaur, and which they named the Indominus Rex. And I would say this thing has like chalky white skin and everything. I mean, it's really weird and really fearsome looking too. I mean, if they made this thing bigger, it could have been a Godzilla foe. Let's just say that much. But they basically just made it bigger and meaner and everything, more vicious, scarier to draw crowds. and basically they haven't put on display yet. And as for Chris Pratt's character, they show him. They go to him. They try to get an expert in there to see if the containment's enough. So they bring. I said that's why they call him Chris Pratt's character. His name is Owen. I can't remember his last name, but he goes in there. And basically, he's there has taught raptors to respond to commands from him. He's basically imprinted on them from birth, and he's basically their alpha male. He's basically the alpha of the pack, and it's like dealing with a pack of wolves, basically. And and basically they call him in to try to see if this thing is fully contained, and going to find out that this thing has camouflage. It can basically they go in there and it's like the thing's escaped. And they go in there and they check everything out, but going to find out when they go to tracking it down, they think it's escaped. They think it's somehow managed to get out. What it's really done is that it's hidden itself in there and has managed to mask its temperature, its thermal signature, just to draw them in there and let it out. And basically it's clawed the walls to make it like a distraction too. And basically after they go in there and the trap set, then Indominus essentially springs the trap. But come out, this thing is really smart. It's really smart. And as you find out, they've blended stuff in there that the base of it is a T-Rex blended with a lot of classified stuff. Just to have some of the classified stuff in there is cuttlefish DNA. And you couldn't find out later on when they hunt the thing down, the thing can camouflage and blend in with its surroundings, hence making it a more deadly hunter. And also the whole thing behind why they didn't detect it on any of the thermal scanners. There's a certain kind of frog DNA they used to basically mask its. There's a certain kind of frog that they put in there that can mask its thermal signature, and that's out. And basically all that. I mean, it's just. It's like they really went overboard, making this thing more deadly, making this thing deadlier and more dangerous and scarier than anything out there. And it's just, and basically the thing gets out and starts making a beeline for the park. And also the fact is, I think it can see in thermal imaging, so it has infrared vision about like the predator or a snake or something like that. But it's just it basically it gets loose and starts making a beeline for the park, and it just starts wreaking havoc all over the park. And it starts wreaking havoc all over, and you kind of find out later, other than just eating anything it comes across, because of all the isolation and everything, it basically kills anything that moves. It's just not used to everything; it's just killing everything that moves. And it's just wreaking havoc all over the park, to the point where later on, so the thing killing for sport. They find a bunch of dead apatosaurs in a field. Kind of find that thing is killed for sport. It ain't killing for food. It didn't eat them. I mean, it's just that it's become sadistic. It's just that's basically how smart this thing has become. And the whole time they're trying to evacuate people going toward the park, and again that thing's making a beeline straight for the park, and they deploy. And turns out the whole thing behind this whole the engine, the organization from the second movie, has basically been behind it. Basically behind this all along, wanting them to do all this, and they basically want this to happen so they want the raptors to use as weapons, basically. And they turn the raptors loose on this thing, and essentially it's essentially it stops them in their tracks and it starts communicating with them. I mean, that I'm gonna say there was a rumor going around that this thing was going to talk, and it communicates, but it didn't talk like a human being. I could say that much. But basically, come to find out that the thing is also part raptor. Spoiler alert. I should have said that for spoiler. This thing is part raptor, and it essentially becomes the new alpha to these groups of raptors, which leads to something it leads to another very dangerous situation. And essentially, I'm not going to spoil the ending or anything. Essentially, they still keep running from this thing, and it comes down to between the where the only solution to their problem is to unleash the Rex, the Tyrannosaurus Rex from the I'm gonna say from the first movie, because if you look at it when you go see this, it's got scars on it from its battle in the first movie. You've seen the first movie. It's got battle scars all over it, and the thing, and like I said, it's a knockdown, drag out battle between the two. I'm not going to spoil the movie. I said that's about all I can give you without spoiling everything. But let's just say it's a heck of a fight. It's a heck of an ending. Definitely go see it. It's well worth it. And I'm gonna say, I give it 5 stars. 5 stars, 2 thumbs up. It is a great movie. Feel very much like watching the first movie again to a point. I mean, there's a lot of callbacks from the first movie, like the whole thing, like the scene where they're in the sphere and the thing is trying to get at them inside the gyrosphere. It's very much like the scene with the It's very much like the scene from the first movie with the cars trying to get the T-Rex trying to get the kids in the car. It is very much like that. And there's a lot of Easter eggs from the first movie there, particularly one big glaring Easter egg from the first movie. I'm not going to say what that was because my jaw hit the floor when I saw it. And I was like, this is awesome. I mean, this was great. And like I said, like I said, I'm not going to spoil the entire thing. I basically give you the gist, most of the gist of it. Basically, had some of the better points. But like I said, definitely, I'm not going to spoil everything. This is a non-spoiler train. It's definitely a non-spoiler review of Jurassic World. But definitely go see it. It is a great movie altogether. It's great fun. And I said, it's great fun. Like I said, I wouldn't take little kids to go see it because they may get scared. But definitely, if you have older kids, take them, and they love dinosaurs, take them to see this movie. It is incredible. It is a great movie. I mean, I haven't seen a movie this good since I saw Godzilla last year. So definitely, go take your kids to see it. Go see it yourself. If you're a fan of Jurassic Park or you just like dinosaur movies, this is awesome. This is a great movie. I can't stress that enough. Go see this movie. It is great. I'm also make a quick comment here. Make a quick comment here. I'm gonna also make a review. I'm gonna make a second part to this in which I review the trailer for Minions, because they had a trailer during that. And let me just say, that's not a kids movie, but I will elaborate on that in the next part of this video. But right now, that's basically all of my review for Jurassic World. What do y'all think? Have y'all seen this movie yet? If y'all seen this movie yet, tell me what you think. As I want to hear what y'all think about this movie. Whether you liked it, whether you didn't like it, what you thought was wrong with it, what you thought was totally right with it. Let me know. As always, drop me a comment in the comment box below. I'd love to hear what y'all have to say. And that's all for this week's edition of Mr. J's Geek Corner. And stay tuned for my little bite review of the Minions trailer next. After this, because you'll want to hear this. But as always, y'all have any comments about the show whatsoever, or y'all have any, drop me a comment in the comment box. Like, subscribe, share with all your friends, tell all your friends. And if you'll have any ideas of anything you want to hear, any ideas for something you want to hear me discuss on this show, drop me a comment in the comment box. I'm always looking for fresh, new ideas and things to discuss and talk about on this show. So definitely, and you never know, we may be made an episode of Mr. J's Geek Corner. So definitely drop your ideas in the comment box. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your ideas. And I'll see y'all next time.